pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Prince,
Here.
Mr. Person,
Here.
Ms. Switchy,
Here.
Mr. McIrvin,
Here.
Ms. Perez,
Here.
Mr. Pavoni,
Here.
Mr. Corman.
Here.
Roll call, Mr. Mayor, all present.
All right, first thing on the agenda, we have a public hearing, moratorium on townhouse development in the CA zone. Chip?
Okay. Thank you, Mayor Prince, members of City Council. Just a second. Pull this up here. Okay, so tonight we're going to have the public hearing regarding the moratorium adopted by the City Council on June 4th, not allowing the acceptance of applications for townhouse development in the commercial, arterial, or CA zone. State law requires that once the City Council adopts a moratorium pursuant to its development regulations, that we need to conduct the public hearing within 60 days of the adoption of the emergency ordinance. This opportunity tonight for the public hearing is the first time that allows the public the opportunity to comment on the council's adoption of the moratorium on townhouse development. For the benefit of everyone, the need for the moratorium is based on the fact that the commercial arterial zone, as it was originally envisioned and adopted, really provided for significant commercial development and multifamily development as a secondary use to be integrated into a larger commercial project. Yet, while commercial and residential uses are required to be attached, there are ways that development proposals have gone around the intent of the commercial aspect of this zone. It's further complicated by the fact that depending on lot depth, an insignificant amount of commercial space is required and can lead to further issues regarding the full vision of development in the CA zone. For the department, we'd actually already, at the direction of the council and the Planning and Development Committee, started some work on reviewing our townhouse rules within the city. Based on a number of interests that we're seeing specifically in the CA zone, though, we recommended that the adoption of the moratorium be established right away to give the council, the Planning Commission, and the staff the time to evaluate options, develop a proposal, and have open public dialogue without the potential of development applications vesting to rules that may not be consistent with the City Council's further desires and vision for townhouses in the commercial arterial zone. So the next steps on this process is for the council to receive comments tonight, to continue to work on this work program item, to develop and present a proposal to the Planning Commission and the City Council and the Planning and Development Committee. Throughout the process, provide the opportunity for the public to comment on and review the proposal, and give the public the opportunity to check in with the department through our city website and provide additional information on level of interest in participating in its proposal as it moves forward. So while this isn't as specifically a public hearing on the proposal regarding townhouses that's being advanced through the legislative process, it is a public hearing on the adoption of the moratorium, so gives the public the opportunity to comment on the moratorium itself here tonight. So with that, I'd like to answer any questions you might have.
Any questions from council? All right, this is a public hearing, and we do not have anyone signed up to testify. Is there anyone who wishing to testify on this moratorium? What's the wish of the council?
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
I move we close the public hearing and leave the written record open for a period of 1 week.
Second. It's been moved by Mr. McIrvin, seconded by Mr. Pavoni. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, administrative report, Mr. Harrison.
Thank you, Council, and I guess Mayor this evening, fill-in. This Wednesday, July 11th at 7 p.m., Cherry Cherry will be featured at Gene Coulon Memorial Beach Park as part of our 2018 Summer Outdoor Concert Series. And additional concerts will be held on July 18th, August 1st, and August 8th, where you can find out which bands are playing by checking out the city's website. The volunteer trail rangers serve as goodwill ambassadors for the city and are looking for more help along the Cedar River Trail and at Gene Coulon Memorial Park. If you'd like to sign up or learn more about that volunteer opportunity, go to the city's webpage and click on ongoing or seasonal volunteer opportunities. And lastly, free summer lunches and recreation activities are provided every weekday at a number of locations in the city. Hosted by the United Way of King County and the Renton School District and the City of Renton. For sites and dates, please visit the city's website at rentonwa.gov summer meals. That's all for the administrative report this evening.
Thank you, Mr. Harrison. Next up is audience comment. We have one member of public signed up for audience comment. You're allowed 5 minutes, and when recognized, please state your name and city of residence for the record. Jesse Robbins.
Switch arms here. Hello, everyone. My name is Jesse Robbins. Last name Robbins, and I'm a resident of South Seattle. I'm here to talk about the issue of illegal vehicle noise, which is, I think, somewhat related to the issue of racing and my conversations with the Renton PD to date. Now, I will first start by saying that I was here about a year, maybe a year and a half ago to talk about the same issue. And a number of things have obviously changed since that conversation. I see some new members of the council here. He is a new face as well. And also, I think that some solutions have come to light for this year as it relates to enforcing illegal vehicle noise and at the same time addressing the issue of racing. A couple of weeks ago, I had the pleasure of having coffee with Commander Liebman in the back there from the Renton PD, just to follow up on where the city of Renton has, what the city of Renton has been doing as it relates to illegal vehicle noise. And he had mentioned that the Renton PD has recently started enacting additional enforcement overnight, going so far as to hire overtime staff to specifically block off roads that have been known to have racing frequently. Which is great. I mean, it sounds like that. You know, it's getting police out there and trying to stop the problem. And when I asked him how the solution came about, he mentioned that it was by request of the council. There have been some residents who have complained, rightly so, that their peace and tranquility and their health has been impacted by illegal vehicle noise that has been reverberating up from the valley. So the reason why I have been looking at this issue for the past couple of years now is because my small team of people, myself and 3 other people, have been working in Seattle on both a legislative solution and a technological solution to solving illegal vehicle noise in the Seattle area. And we're trying to explore the same thing in surrounding cities as well. We think that what we're working on right now is allowing me to go to Olympia. I'm starting to have conversations with elected members, elected officials in Olympia to better understand the legislative process behind changing laws to make it easier for police officers to enforce illegal vehicle noise laws. And from a technological perspective, we think that we have something that can really help be a force multiplier and help police departments better enforce illegal vehicle noise in a way that's both objective and equitable, so it's not unfairly targeting any particular socioeconomic demographics, and at the same time is cost effective insofar as you're not hiring overtime staff to sit in a car overnight for 4 to 5 hours at a time just to block off the street. Now, my personal next step is I would love to send, and I plan on sending an email to each of you, of the members of the council, just to share a bit of information about this issue that we've collected, some survey data that we've collected in Renton about surveying the residents and understanding what their feelings are about illegal vehicle noise. and then learning from you what your thoughts are about illegal vehicle noise. What have you heard from your residences, and what do you think is going to be a better long-term solution to this problem? We understand there's a lot of variables at play. It's not just vehicle noise. It's modified mufflers, which is illegal against state law. It's racing, which is dangerous in and of itself. There's lots of factors at play here, but I'm hoping that I can start the conversation anew with council and work in cooperation with the Princeton PD on solving this problem with you guys. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Corman.
I'd just like to say I'll look forward to the email.
Great, excellent. Good, sounds good. If I have the pleasure of meeting anyone one-on-one, please do not be surprised if he comes along. He is my shadow. He follows me everywhere I go. Great. Thank you so much. My email's left for you guys. If you have any questions, feel free to follow up. Otherwise, I'll be in touch this week.
Thanks so much, Jesse.
Thank you.
All right, next up, we have the consent agenda. We have 9 items on the consent agenda. Is there any item a council member would like to remove from the consent agenda?
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr.
I move
Person.
the council agenda be, the consent agenda be adopted as presented.
Second?
Been moved by Mr. Person, second by Mr. Corman, that we concur with the consent agenda. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. All right, unfinished business. Mr. Person.
Okay, well, for Mr. Prince, there's a committee of the whole report.
Hey, Committee of the Whole Committee Report, Rent Municipal Code, Title IV Development Regulations, Quasi Judicial Appeals. The Committee of the Whole has reviewed the information provided by staff regarding the options for updating the Rent Municipal Code's Title IV procedures for quasi judicial appeals and recommends concurrence with the staff's recommendation that council amend the Rent Municipal Code consistent with option A as presented to staff on July 9, 2018. The committee further recommends that staff prepare a draft ordinance and refer the matter to the Planning Commission. This is signed by the council president.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr.
I
Person.
move the council concur in the recommendation of the committee of the whole.
Second?
It's been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Pavoni, that we concur in the Committee of the Whole Committee report. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. All right. Mr. Person.
And then now we go on to the finance committee, which has 2 reports.
Okay, Finance Committee Report, Approval of Claims and Payroll Vouchers. Finance Committee approves the following payments. Accounts payable, total payment of $4,376,505.61 for vouchers 366309 through 366315 and 366329 through 366580. Payroll benefit withholding vouchers 5835 through 5844 and 366316 through 366328, and 1 wire transfer. And 2 payroll, total payment of $1,430,243.70 for payroll vouchers, which includes 729 direct deposits and 19 checks. This is the June 1 through 15, 2018 pay period. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor?
Yes, Mr. Person.
Just a couple things that I found of interest. We only had 74 pages of vouchers, so it was kind of a lightweight reading week. But it was interesting that we had to pay $4,467.48 to lease the water rights underneath the Ivers Restaurant at Coulon Park. Now, Ivers has to reimburse that to us, but that's what the state charges us for building that dock over the water. I just thought, everybody wants a little piece of our money. And then show that we keep up with our fire. Cost us $3,336.69 to do an annual inspection of every fire extinguisher in the city of Renton. So if you got to pull one out, it's safe. It's ready to rock and roll. And our court spent $6,167.12 for language services last month. And with that, I move that the council concur in the recommendation of the Finance Committee.
Second?
It's been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Ms. Perez, that council concur in the recommendation of the Finance Committee. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay, the next committee report from Finance Committee is the 2018 second quarter budget amendment ordinance and the fee schedule amendment. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve an amendment in the 2017-2018 budget appropriations in the amount of $969,621, with the total amended budget to be $646,457,874 for the biennium. The Finance Committee recommends concurrence in the staff recommendation to approve an amendment in the 2017-2018 fee schedule as noted in a redline version of the attached fee schedule. The committee further recommends that the ordinance regarding this budget amendment be presented for first reading and that the resolution for the fee schedule be presented for reading and adoption. This is signed by the committee chair and members.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
this is all money, most of this money is, that's being brought forward is grant money that we have received since the start of the year. And we need, in order to get it into the budget so it can be spent, we have to make this appropriation. So with that, I move the council concur in the recommendation of the Finance Committee.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Ms. Perez, that council concur in the recommendation of the Finance Committee. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it.
That's it, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Ms. Witchy.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. McGurven.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Ms. Perez.
No unfinished business.
Mr. Pavoni.
No unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Corman.
And no unfinished business, Mr. Mayor.
All right. And move on to legislation. We have a resolution and a ordinance for first reading.
Okay, the resolution is regarding a declaration of an emergency to replace a traffic signal pole. Resolution of the City of Renton, Washington, declaring an emergency for the purposes of replacing, repairing traffic signal pole.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I move the resolution be adopted as read.
Second?
It's been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Mr. Corman, that the resolution be adopted as read. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay, the ordinance is for first reading. It's regarding the budget amendment. An ordinance of the City of Renton, Washington, amending the City of Renton fiscal years 2017-2018 biennial budget as adopted by ordinance number 5824 and thereafter amended by ordinance numbers 5835, 5850, 5864, and 5880 in the amount of $969,621.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, Mr. Person.
I move the ordinance be placed on second and final reading at the next council meeting.
Second.
It's been moved by Mr. Person, seconded by Ms. Perez. The motion be placed on second and final reading at the next council meeting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it. All right. New business. Mr. Person.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, for you, next Monday at 6:30 PM, the Committee of the Whole will meet in the conferencing center. One topic, lodging tax, advisory committee report and funding. And for the Finance Committee, we'll meet next Monday at 4:30 PM, and we have 6 items. Request to reclassify the existing lead water utility pump station mechanic position. Capital project, number 2 is capital project coordinator, parks planning, hire at step E. Number 3, sunset mixed use project fee waiver request. Number 4, 2018 summer meals program King County agreement, and this is one where they're gonna bring in money, we love that one. And number 5 is Coulon Park structural repairs contract award, and 6, emerging issues in finance. That's it, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Witchy.
Yes, Mr. Mayor. The Utilities Committee meeting that was scheduled for Thursday, July 12th has been canceled. That is all.
All right. Mr. McGurven.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, the Planning and Development Committee scheduled for July 12th has also been canceled.
Ms. Perez.
The Community Services Committee will meet in the Council Conference Room on July 16 at 5:30 p.m. And there are 2 items in the agenda: golf course update and emerging issues in community services. That will be it.
Mr. Pavoni.
No new business, Mr. Mayor.
Mr. Corman.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I need to announce a Transportation Committee meeting for Monday, July 16th at 6:00 PM in the council conference room. 2 items on that agenda. The first is regional transit planning discussion. The second item is emerging issues in transportation. And that's all, Mr. Mayor.
All right, thank you. What's the wish of the council?
Will we adjourn?
Second.
It's been moved, we adjourn, it's been seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.
You run a mean meeting.